Hello everyone, welcome to Slow Flow Yoga. For today's class, again, if you have blocks, blankets, a firm bath towel, anything that you would like to use to make your practice more comfortable, please feel free. You can use a couch cushion. If you have a bolster, go ahead and grab that. Anything works. It's your body, it's your practice. So if you've had class with me before, again, I don't run a terribly tight ship. So always tune in to what your body is telling you during class. If it doesn't feel good, you're not going to want to do it, and that's not the point of yoga. The point of yoga is to have a practice that feels so good but is also so effective that you want to continue doing it. And through that continuous practice is really when you see the results. So again, not too much, not too little, just enough. Always do what your body is telling you feels the best. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. We're going to start seated today. So take a nice, comfortable seat. If you'd like to sit on your firm blanket, you can absolutely do that too. It makes the hips more comfortable, can make the knees more comfortable, and it's kind of nice for the low back as well. So nice and tall through the crown, relax through the shoulders, draw them away from the ears. Close your eyes. Begin to bring your focus inward. Letting go of all the stuff happening outside of this room, outside of your space. And just allow yourself to begin being here. Bringing the mind and the body and the breath all in the same place at the same time in this exact moment. Notice how the body feels when you close the eyes and begin to turn inward. Notice if there's any tension or any strain in the body. And you don't need to push it away, just acknowledge it. And then see if you can gently relax just a little bit more. As you breathe in, lengthen through the crown of the head. And as you exhale, drop the shoulders a little bit further down the back so the spine becomes nice and tall and long. Inhale, sit up a little bit straighter, pulling the shoulder blades back. And exhale, let the shoulders relax down. Inhale fully. And exhale completely. Inhale fully. And exhale completely. If you'd like to set an intention or use a mantra today, single word, short phrase, anything to help bring your focus here and keep your focus here. Single words, short, kind, peace, breathe is my favorite because it's simple and we need to do it anyway. So breathe. It's a nice touchstone, a nice place to be. So we'll begin class with a nice gentle stretch. We'll kind of get into some flow, get into some standing practice, and then we'll come right back down into some nice deep stretches. Inhale, reach your arms above your head, stretch tall. Exhale, release hands down through the heart. Bring the thumbs towards the chest. Big breaths. Inhale, sweeping arms up, out to the side, up overhead. Exhale, bring the hands down to the heart, thumbs towards the chest. Inhale, sweeping arms up, draw the palms up and together. Then exhale, draw the hands down through the heart, thumbs to the chest. Inhale, bring the arms up overhead. Exhale, this time drop the right arm over to the right and do a nice little stretch over to the right side. Yeah, not too much, not too little, just enough to kind of open up that left side of the body. Inhale, come on back to center, bring the arms up overhead. Exhale, drop the left arm down and stretch over to the left. Again, not too much, not too little, just enough. And really just let it feel good. Inhale, come on back up to center. Exhale, release the hands down through the heart. Let's take the soles of the feet onto the floor. And then we'll take the left arm around the knees, taking that right hand behind you, coming into a seated spinal twist, looking over the right shoulder. Keep it really nice and gentle. Send that right hip forward just a little bit. Nice and tall through the crown. On your next inhale, we're going to come back to center. And then exhale, we're going to twist the other way. So we'll take the left hand behind us, lift tall through the crown, and then look over the left shoulder, sending that left hip forward. Again, not too much, not too little, just enough. And inhale, come on back to center. And exhale, take the soles of the feet together, knees wide. Take the feet about a foot out in front of your seat. Then we'll just creep the fingertips forward, coming into a nice Tadasana. We'll take the forehead down towards the toes. Doesn't have to get there, but a very general direction will do. Hands can either go out in front or you can wrap them underneath. Again, whatever feels best for you. Sometimes in this posture, when you take the blanket underneath your seat, it helps give the upper body a little bit of leverage. So again, do what feels best. On your next inhale, gently come up. Exhale, we'll take the soles of the feet onto the floor. About frontal hip bone distance apart, maybe side hip bone. Take the hands behind you about 6 to 8 inches, fingertips pointing towards your bum. Inhale, lift your chest up, shoulders back. You can either stay here, just kind of keeping the stretch to the chest, or if it feels okay, lift up your seat, lift up your hips, and come into tabletop, or reverse table or altar pose. So again, only if it feels okay. Keep the chin to the chest. You can look up or look back, whatever feels best for your neck. We'll hang out here another few deep breaths. And keeping the legs nice and strong. Really lifting the hips up as much as you can comfortably. Again, not too much, not too little. Just enough to kind of wake up the body. Very nice. On your next exhale, we'll come on down. And then give a nice little shake to the shoulders. Let's flip on over. And we're going to come into Balasana, child's pose. So take the seat to the heels, walk your hands out in front of you, dropping the forehead down towards the floor or to your block. And take a few nice deep breaths. This is a great resting posture. So anytime you want to take a break, you can just come here. You can come to child's pose. You can sit there. You can stand there. You can do what you want. Again, you're in your house, so no one's watching. Do what feels best for your body, and that might not always be what I'm teaching. So again, tune into you. On your next inhale, let's come up to hands and knees. Spread your fingers out really nice and wide. So you have a nice broad base for the palms. Middle fingers facing forward. And we'll have knees underneath the hips. Let's do some cat-cows. Inhale, drop the belly, lift the head, lift the tail to cow. Exhale, lift your belly, drop your head, tuck your tailbone to cat. Navel comes up and in. Inhale, drop the belly, lift the head, lift the tail, cow. Exhale, lift your belly, drop your head, tuck your tailbone to cat. Inhale, drop the belly, lift the head, lift the tail, nice and broad through the collarbones, soft elbows, so we're not locking them out. Exhale, lift your belly, drop your head, tuck your tailbone to cat. Inhale, come to a neutral spine, flat back. Then exhale, tuck your toes under. Let's send the hips up and back, downward facing dog. Begin to pedal the feet, stretching out the hamstrings and calves. Arms and spine are in a nice long line. Tailbone's really lifting up. Legs do not need to be straight. Heels do not need to make it to the floor. We're just looking for a long, strong spine and nice, long, strong arms. And it's not what the posture looks like, it's really about how it feels. So go with that. On your next inhale, let's go forward to plank, shoulders over wrists. Exhale, drop the knees and slowly lower down onto the belly. We'll lift the chest to Cobra, Bhujangasana, draw the shoulder blades back and behind you. Then exhale, press through the hands, take the seat to the heels, Balasana, child's pose. And a few nice deep breaths towards the sides and the back of the body. Allowing the body to rest between postures. On your next inhale, come on up to hands and knees. Exhale, tuck your toes under, send the hips up and back, downward facing dog. Inhale, look between your hands. Exhale, walk your feet up to right behind your hands, standing forward fold. With feet frontal hip bone distance apart, maybe a little bit wider. Nice relaxed toes, fingertips reach down towards the floor, or you can ragdoll hang if that feels better. Soft bend to the knees, letting the upper body just kind of flop over the lower part of the body, crown of the head hanging down nice and loose.
And maybe shake the head no. And kind of shake the head yes. And see what feels better today. It always changes day to day. Good. On your next inhale, take a deeper bend to the knee. Push through the soles of the feet as you come all the way up, rolling the spine. And then roll out the shoulders. And give yourself a real nice good shake. Shake, 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 shake. And again, shimmy shake at will. It's a nice way to release tension and stress and strain. So we'll still be at the top of the mat, but I'm going to turn so you can kind of see what I'm doing. All right, so we're coming into Tadasana, mountain pose. Just a nice, firm standing posture. Toes are relaxed, feet are right underneath those frontal hip bones. Core is nice and strong, lifting through the crown, shoulders are back. So again, we're standing with attention. We're not standing at attention. Just a really nice, firm, ready to go, ready to yoga stance. Inhale, sweeping arms up, overhead. Exhale, bring the hands down through the heart and release into forward fold. Inhale, hands to shins or knees, lengthen and strengthen the low back. Then exhale, forward fold. Inhale, nice little bend to the knees. Press through the soles of the feet as you come up, root to rise. Then exhale, hands through the heart, release to mountain pose. Inhale, sweeping arms up, out to the side, up overhead. Exhale, forward fold, hands down through the heart, releasing into forward fold. Inhale, hands to shins, lengthen, strengthen the low back. Exhale, forward fold, fingertips down towards the floor, still a nice deep bend to the knees. Inhale, push through the soles of the soles of the feet, come on up. And exhale, hands down through the heart, release to mountain pose. All right, here's where it gets interesting. Inhale, sweeping arms up, out to the side, up overhead. Exhale, we're going to bring the right arm back and twist open to the right. So this is what we look like. Then inhale, we're going to bring that right arm down and around and up overhead. Then we're going to do the same thing to the left. Exhale, left arm goes back. We open up the arms. Inhale, left arm goes down and around, back up overhead. Let's try it to the right again. Exhale, open to the right. Inhale, right arm goes down and around. Then exhale, open to the left. Inhale, left arm goes down and around. Very nice. Exhale, forward fold, getting that nice deep shoulder rotation. Inhale, hands to shins, lengthen and strengthen. And exhale, fold. Inhale, sweeping arms up, out to the side, up overhead. Exhale, interlace fingers behind your back. Inhale, lift your chest. Then exhale, forward fold. Again, soft bend to the knees as you come down. Inhale. Exhale, release the hands down. Step back to downward facing dog. Inhale, forward to plank. Exhale, drop the knees, slowly lower down onto the belly, squeezing the elbows in tight, 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 taking your time to go down. Inhale, lift the chest, Cobra, Bhujangasana. Exhale, press through your hands, take the seat to the heels. Balasana, child's pose, couple nice deep breaths. On your next inhale, come on up to hands and knees. Exhale, tuck your toes under, send the hips up and back, downward facing dog. Inhale, lift the right leg up into the air, big stretch. Exhale, right foot up, comes up between the hands to low lunge. Inhale, lift the right arm up, nice big twist. Try to keep that left hip lifted. If you want to drop the left knee down, you absolutely can. Reach up through those right fingertips. Really nice, take up lots and lots of space. Very nice. On the next exhale, let's take the right hand down to the floor. Drop the left knee down. We're going to send the right leg up and back. And then we're going to take this left hand right underneath the left wrist, the left shoulder. And then inhale, lift the right arm up, coming into a nice side balance. A few nice deep breaths. Really nice and strong through the core. Tall through the crown, so crown goes towards the front of the room, heel goes towards the back. The outside of the hip's going to be working. We're, again, just taking up lots and lots of space. Beautiful. 2 more nice deep breaths there.
On your next exhale, release back to hands and knees. Tuck the toes under, send the hips up and back, downward facing dog. Inhale, lift the left leg up, three-legged dog, big stretch. Exhale, left foot up between the hands, low lunge. Inhale, lift the left arm up. Nice big twist. Again, this time right hip comes up. If you want to drop the right knee down, you can be there as well. That's absolutely fine. And again, this little part of the sequence, it's all about stretching out, opening up, and taking up lots of space. On your next exhale, let's take that left hand down to the floor. Drop the right knee down. Send the left leg back. Check in with that right arm. Make sure that the wrist is right below the shoulder. That wrist, elbow, and shoulder are all stacked. And then lift that left arm up. Lift the left leg back. Outside of the hip is working. Fingertips reaching up. Back foot is flexed. Crown towards the front of the room or the top of the mat. Taking up lots of space. Strong core, navel in. It's a bit of a balance. 2 more nice deep breaths. On your next exhale, let's come back down slowly to hands and knees. Tuck the toes under, hips up and back, downward facing dog. Inhale, look between your hands. Exhale, walk the feet to right behind your hands, standing forward fold. Inhale, hands to shins, lengthen and strengthen. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, sweeping arms up, out to the side, up overhead. And exhale, let's fold right back down. Inhale, hands to shins, lengthen and strengthen. Exhale, plant the hands, step the left foot back. Inhale, reach the arms up overhead, crescent pose. Then exhale, open to warrior 2. Inhale, straighten the right knee. Exhale, reach as far forward as you can. Right hand goes out. Then the right hand comes down. Left arm goes up. And in triangle pose, your right hand can be anywhere from the top of the thigh all the way down towards the floor. But again, we just want to make sure that we're feeling really spacious and not feeling compressed. So if you feel like you're kind of flopping over the leg and just barely staying up, come up a little bit and see if it's more comfortable. Inhale, come on up. Exhale, back to warrior 2. Inhale, flip the right hand over. Exhale, take it back, reverse warrior. Lifting through the heart, opening through the chest. Then inhale, back to warrior 2. Exhale, right elbow to the knee. Inhale, left fingertips towards the front of the room, extended side angle. Rotate the chest, looking up. And then exhale, take the hands to the mat and step back, downward facing dog. Inhale, look between your hands. Exhale, walk the feet to right behind your hands, standing forward fold. Inhale, hands to shins, lengthen and strengthen the low back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, sweeping arms up, out to the side, up overhead. Exhale, hands down through the heart. Inhale, sweeping arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, hands to shins, lengthen and strengthen the low back. Exhale, plant the hands. This time we're going to step that right foot back. And then inhale, come on up, crescent pose. Arms up overhead. Exhale, open to warrior 2. Inhale, straighten the left knee. Exhale, reach as far forward as you can. Left hand goes down, right arm goes up, Trikonasana, triangle pose. And again, here, anywhere that left hand wants to be, that's where it wants to be. So let's have it there. It can be anywhere from almost to the top of the thigh all the way down towards the floor. We're looking for spaciousness, not suffering. On the next inhale, come on up. Exhale, bend the left knee, warrior 2. Inhale, flip the left hand over. Exhale, take it back, reverse. Right hand to the right thigh, left arm up overhead, lift and open through the heart. And then inhale, back to warrior 2. Exhale, left elbow to the knee. Inhale, right fingertips towards the front of the room, extended side angle, nice and long diagonal line on the right side. And then exhale, hands down to the mat and step back, downward facing dog. Inhale, forward to plank. Exhale, drop the knees, slowly lower down onto the belly, elbows in tight, tight, tight. Let's take the arms alongside the body, Shalabhasana, locust pose, palms facing down. Inhale, lift the chest, lift the arms, lift the legs. We'll hold it here, 5 deep breaths. Inhale. Exhale, 1.
Inhale. Exhale, 2, long through the back of the neck. Inhale. Exhale, 3, lengthen space. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, 5. Release down. Sway the hips a little side to side. And then we'll take hands by the sides of the chest. Slowly press yourself up and back, child's pose. And inhale, come on back up to hands and knees. So we'll come to hands and knees, spread the fingers out nice and wide. Let's take the right leg back and behind us, pushing through the heel. We're going to do some knee to nose. So on the exhale, we're going to take this the right. We're going to take the right knee up and underneath. Inhale or exhale, taking it to the nose. Good. Inhale, take it back. Exhale, knee to nose, tuck it up and under. Inhale, send it back nice and slow. Try to stay nice and steady. Exhale, knee to nose, up and under. Inhale, take it back. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, take it back. Good. Exhale, knee to nose. And inhale, take it back, long through the crown. Exhale, release down. Give your hips a little sway. We'll see what happens on the other side. Again, we want to try to keep the hips nice and steady, core nice and steady, so the navel's coming in, spine's nice and long. Trying to isolate the movement to the leg and that nice little lift in the core. All right, so send that left leg back. Again, push through the heel, long through the crown, squaring the hips towards the floor, navel up and in. Exhale, let's bring knee to nose, tuck it up and under. Inhale, send it back. Exhale, up and under. Inhale, send it back. Strong, deep breaths. Exhale, up and under, knee to nose. Inhale, send it back, pushing through the heel. Exhale, up and under. Inhale, send it back, push through the heel. You can feel that left glute work. And exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, send it back. And then exhale, release down. Good. This time, let's take the knees wide, big toes together. And then we'll walk the hands forward for wide knee child's pose. Forehead down towards the floor. 5 nice deep breaths. If you set an intention or using a mantra or just maybe dedicating your practice today, go ahead, bring it on in. Again, always coming back to that space, that idea of oneness, the meaning of yoga. Otherwise, we're just kind of a body doing stuff, which is absolutely fine. It's healthy. It is great. But if you're looking for that little bit more, if you're looking to find that peace that yoga brings, it comes when you are really integrating the physical body, the mental body, and the energetic body. On your next inhale, let's come on up to hands and knees. Exhale, tuck your toes under, send the hips up and back, downward facing dog. Inhale, look between your hands. Exhale, walk the feet to right behind your hands, standing forward fold. Inhale, sweeping arms up to the side, up overhead. And exhale, hands down through the heart. Give yourself a nice little shimmy shake out. All right. So we're going to do a little bit of balance while we're standing up here. So I want to do a moving, I like to call it Karate Kid asana. I don't know where I learned it, but it's fun. It's a Karate Kid movement, taking it back to arabesque. So if you've been in class with me before, we've probably done this before. It's one of my favorites. But it's a nice dynamic balance, so it's really fun. So again, let go of the outcome. It doesn't need to be perfect. You do not need to stay completely upright and balanced and only on one foot the whole time. Again, we're looking for how the posture feels, not necessarily what the outside of the body does or the outcome of the posture. The good, bad, the right, the wrong, it all disappears. All right, so we're going to start in a nice traditional Tadasana, a nice mountain pose. Firmly through the feet, the toes are nice and relaxed, they're there for emergency balance. tall through the crown, hands come to the heart. On your next inhale, we're gonna lift up, we're gonna stand on that right leg, that's the right for you, and inhale, lift the left knee up. Again, hands come to the heart. Let's lift the arms up overhead. This is kind of our Karate Kid posture. On the next exhale, we're gonna gently take it back to an arabesque. Now an arabesque can be anything from just the leg slightly back and behind you and bringing the arms down. This is a great arabesque. Or it can be bringing the body parallel with the floor, dropping the hip, sending the fingertips and the toes behind you. Anywhere in between, fantastic arabesque. So let's start in our Tadasana, and then we'll just kind of see what happens, okay? All right, I'm gonna face, we'll face this way. All right, so inhale, let's lift the left leg up, reach the arms up overhead, and then exhale, we're gonna take the foot back and behind, reach the arms behind, and then inhale, we're coming right back up into Karate Kid. Whee! And then exhale, take it back, arabesque. Again, it can be as big or as small of a movement as you want. Inhale, bring it on up. Exhale, take it back, arabesque. Inhale, bring it on up. And exhale, arabesque. Last one, here we go. Inhale, bring it on up. And exhale, arabesque. Inhale, bring it on up. And exhale, release. Give yourself a good shimmy shake out. All right. Should we see what the other side has to offer? All right, and again, let go of the outcome. It just doesn't matter. As long as we're doing this type of balance work. Again, this isn't something that we do during our typical day. So don't expect perfection. Don't get down on yourself. Just enjoy. Have fun. That's the purpose of yoga, is to enjoy it so much that you want to do it again and again and again, no matter the outcome. So let's lift. Let's start by grounding on that left leg. Same thing, other side. Inhale, bring the right knee up, bring the arms up overhead, nice and tall and long. Find a nice gaze point. And then exhale, let's take it back to your arabesque. Inhale, lift and reach, moving with the breath. Exhale, arabesque. Inhale, lift and reach. And exhale, arabesque. Inhale, lift and reach. And exhale, arabesque. Last one. Inhale, lift and reach. And exhale, arabesque. Good. Inhale, lift and reach. And exhale, we release our posture. Give yourself a good shimmy shake. All right, isn't that nice? Let's take a nice big wide step out. So whatever wide means for you, again, it's different for everybody. Toes facing forward, Prasarita Padottanasana. Inhale, take the arms out. Exhale, interlace fingers behind the back. Inhale, lift your chest. Exhale, very slowly begin to forward fold, crown of the head going down, tailbone going up. And hold it here, 5 deep breaths. Inhale. Exhale, 1. Inhale, if you feel really good, bring the palms together as well. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, release the hands down to the floor. Bring the hands right below the chest. Good. Inhale, lift the right arm up. Nice big happy twist. Then exhale, bring it right back down. Palm to the floor. Inhale, lift the left arm up. Nice big twist. And exhale, bring it back down. Inhale, lift the right arm up. And exhale, back down. Oh, sorry, I realized I didn't mirror that for you. Inhale, lift the left. And exhale, right back down. Walk the hands out in front of you a couple of feet. Inhale, look between your hands. Exhale, press way back into the seat. Wide leg downward facing dog. Good, nice deep breaths. Arms and spine, nice long line. Getting a deep, deep, deep stretch through the hamstrings, through the outside of the ankles. They might be chit-chatting with you a little bit. That's okay. Again, this isn't something that we do every day, unless you've been really at it while you've been stuck at home, which I highly encourage you to do so, since maybe you have the time. Go ahead and walk the hands back underneath the chest. Inhale, look between your hands. Exhale, take a little bend to the knees, and then we're going to hop the feet to right, kind of behind the hands. Then drop the seat down, Malasana, garland pose. Let's take elbows into the knees, hands into the heart, tall through the crown. If you have to be up on your toes, that's fine. You can roll a blanket or stuff some things underneath your heels. If you happen to have a block and this posture is not your favorite, you can just take a seat on the little block. Very nice. Very comfortable. Again, we make yoga work for our bodies, not our bodies work for the yoga. So do what feels right for your body. It will thank you for it. Good. On the next exhale, we're going to release the seat down and come back into seated postures. All right, let's send legs out in front. If you want to take your blanket underneath your seat, you absolutely can. Sometimes it's kind of nice. Again, we give the upper body a little bit of leverage. And it doesn't have to be a blanket, a firm bath towel, or whatever you got. Throw blanket works just fine. Little cushion, not too squishy. Now let's reach for the toes, the knees, the shins, the ankles, whatever you got out in front of you. Just reach and extend tall through the crown. Lengthen it towards the front of the room. Take the tailbone towards the back. So again, we're expanding. We're taking up lots of space. Invite the toes back towards you to help flex the feet and kind of engage the backs of the legs a little bit more. Makes them a little bit more chatty, but that's why we're here. And then just stay here and breathe. That's how stretches work. It's not something that can be rushed. You have to take your time and just be there. The reason why the body isn't comfortable in a lot of these kind of deep stretching postures is because we just don't do them that often. The body becomes very used to what we do with it on a daily basis. So as soon as you start incorporating some of these postures into your daily routine, it doesn't have to be fancy. It doesn't have to be 45 minutes or an hour of yoga. It can be 5-10 minutes, deep stretching. Find your few favorite stretches and do them. Hold them for a couple minutes apiece, and your body will begin to respond. It's very adaptable. Now on your next inhale, let's come on up. And exhale, take the soles of the feet onto the floor. Let's remove the blanket out from underneath you if that's what you got. And then we'll take the legs nice and wide, and whatever that means for you. If you want to keep the blanket underneath you, you absolutely can. Nice wide leg, classic straddle stretch. Definitely one of my most recommended postures just because it's easy. There's not a lot of setup involved. And again, we don't do this with our body very often. So there's no reason why it should be easy or comfortable at first. But the more you do it, the more consistently you do it over time, the much, much more comfortable it gets. So a nice wide stance, whatever that means for you. You might feel a lot up into the inner thigh, into the groin. Might feel a lot between behind the knees. Again, every body is different. You might feel this one in your back a little bit more. We just want the majority of the stretch to be coming from the hips. So if you feel like when you're sitting here, you're just kind of hunched forward and it's primarily coming from the spine rather than the movement from the hips, just go ahead and lift yourself back up and see if you can isolate that hip movement, even if it's only a ½ inch. Even if it's only a little ½ inch tilt, that's fine. Because again, we know our spines are good at this. We know our spines are great at hunching forward because everything we do is this. We read, we text, we watch TV, we eat our food. This is everything that our spine is used to doing. We drive, or at least we used to, during the day. So find the movement from here as much as you can, taking it out of the spine a little bit. But again, it's your body. Do what you want. On the next inhale, let's come on up. And exhale, we'll take soles of the feet onto the floor. Let's recline all the way down onto our backs. Actually, I'm going to recline this way. We're going to recline all the way down onto our backs, nice and easy. Again, soles of the feet on the floor, ankles are underneath the knees are about hip distance apart. We're going to lift up the hips coming into Setu Bandhasana, bridge pose, lifting up the hips. You can either stay here in your bridge, or if you want, if you have a block and you'd rather practice a supported bridge, you can just take it to the bony part of the pelvis. You'll know it when you get there, and you can kind of set the pelvis down on the block, practicing this as a restorative posture. Pretty nice and relaxing. However, if you're working on hip strengthening, or if you don't happen to have a block, that's absolutely fine. We can just be here. It's a great posture for the hips, fantastic for those quads, gets them firing, gets the hamstrings working, gets those glutes working, opening up through the heart. Keep those toes nice and relaxed so they're not digging into the mat. On your next exhale, slowly begin to release the hips back down. Take your knees into your chest, rock a little side to side. And then we'll release the soles of the feet back down to the floor. Take the right take the right ankle. We'll move into reclined pigeon. Take the right hand between the legs. Left goes around to the outside. They interlace behind the calf or behind or in front of the shin. Coming into reclined pigeon. If you love that nice traditional pigeon pose where you are on the floor and the leg comes up and underneath. Again, if you love it, this is it's your body, it's your practice. Just do it. Just flip on over right now and get into your posture. Again, that is an ankle. Ankle's going to be near the hip. Shin goes at a diagonal across the body. As we fold forward, the knee kind of is up by the shoulder. Then elbows nice and wide, tall from the crown to those back toes. And again, we just do the time. There's no secret to stretching. There is no secret to flexibility. It really is just time spent in stretching postures. So if your goal is to become more flexible in 2020 or during our hiatus, just find a way. It's absolutely possible. On your next exhale, let's release that left foot down and take the right foot down. Let's take the left ankle to the knee, coming into the same posture, other side. And again, if you were practicing the full pigeon on the floor with the leg up and underneath, all you're going to do to switch sides, if you're not sure about the transition, is push yourself up, tuck the back toe under. You might lift the leg up and back. And then you'll just switch sides, bringing the leg up, and then drawing it up and under again, taking your time with the movement. All of those little transitions between postures count. Yoga flow is just one continuous posture, so don't lose focus moving from pose to pose. I don't know what that noise is. So just don't lose focus moving pose to pose. And just nice deep breaths, allowing the body to relax as much as you can. On your next exhale, let's release. We'll hug knees into the chest, and we'll just kind of end by doing some twisting. Again, arms open into a T. Let's hug the knees in nice and close, and then we'll send them off to the right. Maybe taking that right hand on top of the knee, looking over the left shoulder. Taking a few nice deep breaths, just allowing the body to twist. If you prefer a different recline twist, again, feel free. It's your body, it's your practice. Another nice alternative is a nice long extended leg twist. So you keep the left leg straight as you draw it over to the right. Maybe straighten out the bottom leg if it feels nice. And we have options. So if your body's not liking something, please feel free to let the practice be very intuitive. If your body doesn't like something, trust the signals that it's telling you, and there's always a variation. There's always a modification. And there's always the option of saying, no, not today, not going to do it. Go ahead, bring it on back in. Hug your knees into your chest nice and close. And we'll send the knees over to the left, opening the right arm over to the right. And again, maybe you're coming into that big extended leg twist. Then looking over that right shoulder. Very nice. On your next inhale, bring both legs back in. Give them a good squeeze. And exhale, release soles of the feet back down to the floor. Then extend the legs out, coming into Shavasana, our final pose, corpse pose. So if you'd like to take your blanket underneath your head to use it as a little pillow, you absolutely can do that. If you actually have a pillow, you can do that as well. If you don't, it's not always necessary. If you feel like the back of your neck is very short and that your chin is pointing up towards the ceiling, try to have a blanket though. So what we want is the back of the neck to stay nice and long, and that the chin shouldn't be in the chest, it shouldn't be coming up, but just a really nice chin level to the floor. So again, if you feel that back of the neck is a little short and you're kind of feeling tense in the shoulders, add a little bit of cushion underneath, lengthen the top of the head towards the wall behind you, and see if that feels better. If your lower back isn't a big fan of laying flat on the floor, you can take a little blanket or again your towel and roll it and place it underneath the knees. Because sometimes just that little bit of bend in the leg can help release the low back. If your low back really isn't a fan, take the soles of the feet to the floor, kind of pressing the low back onto the floor, and you might enjoy this a whole lot more. But wherever you decide to be for these final few minutes of class, make your way there. If there are any other postures you had really hoped that we would do that I didn't offer today, again, go through them. This is the perfect time your body is warm enough. So any favorites, go ahead and just slide them on in here. So find where you'd like to be. Maybe bring in that intention or mantra one more time. And bring the focus back to the body, back to your breath, and back to this moment. Letting go of all those expectations, all the judgments, all of the stuff that we love to pile on our bodies and pile on our practices and pile on our lives. All of those expectations, let them go. And just allow yourself to be here. Without the judgment, without the good or bad, without the right or wrong, without the easy, the difficult, the impossible, without the beginner, without the intermediate, without the advanced. And just let your yoga practice really be yours, whatever that means. Always remember to come back to that idea of balance. And that yogic idea of balance, you can use that throughout your day, no matter what you're doing, whether it be with your family or with work or with your social life, whatever it is.
find a way to create balance. Keeping in mind that it is always fluctuating, it's always kind of a moving target, but the goal isn't to be hitting the target. The goal is just to continually keep practicing. You may remain in Shavasana for as long as you like, but I will close with you here. I will say, Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. May all beings everywhere be peaceful, happy, and free. May the thoughts, words, and actions of our own lives contribute to happiness and health for all beings, without exception. The light within me honors the light that shines so brightly within each of you. Namaste. It's really such a wonderful pleasure. I hope to see you all very soon.